Hello everybody and welcome to this live edition of the Travel Coffee Break. It's coming to you from ITB in Berlin and coming to you, as you can see behind us, from the iTraveler's Insider Lounge, which is great because it's new this year and we didn't have this last year. Great asset. It's where all the travel bloggers can gather and sit down and relax and meet people and actually invite people to meet them here, which is a fantastic asset. With me, Simon Lewis from South Africa. You were involved heavily in the South Africa tourism activity in Meet South Africa. You knew I was looking for the phrase. You were talking about this yesterday. I happened to wander by the Wise stand in one of the halls, and you were talking about this a major blogging event and the success of it, and giving it as a case study. Give me the background to it.
Well, Meet South Africa is South African tourism's hashtag that they started about 3 years ago now, and it was they had the idea of sending groups of bloggers around the country. The first one was five different blog trips, all up simultaneously with 5 different niches, all on the road at the same time, all traveling to Meet South Africa. And the idea of the hashtag was to try and get people to interact and people to actually come out in their towns to meet the bloggers, which did actually happen. And it's been such a great success that it's spawned into road trip videos that we did. Every year there's going to be a Meet South Africa campaign, but then there's going to be smaller campaigns throughout the year using different bloggers and different niches. We did one with a 7-day road trip with iTraveler. That was kind of cool because we did a sort of 7-day hostel, backpacker hostel trip around South Africa with a cameraman. We made a 3-part YouTube series. So yeah, it's always extending into other ideas.
I was looking around because iTraveler is Cash Bhattacharya. He's here somewhere. He's over there. I can see him over there. Yeah, it worked actually in a way better than you expect. I think the thing I really liked about it was that thing about engagement, because we do blog trips, organised blog trips and promotions like this, and they're essentially bloggers just out there by themselves taking photographs. But this really was engagement because it was prefaced on social media in advance. You were driving into villages and people were coming out to meet you.
It happened in a few places. It was like, but what was really cool about it was it happened in like sort of places that we didn't expect, like small little towns where anybody didn't know what Twitter was. And we met a few people in places like that. We also combined local bloggers with international bloggers, things like that. We did Insta walks, Insta meets with local bloggers and local people who just wanted to come and participate. So that's what it was all about, kind of like, exposing Meet South Africa. We want people to actually meet South Africa, not just to visit it.
And it's great for bloggers as well because it gives them the chance to do what they do best, which is storytelling, particularly when they meet characters.
Yeah. Well, because we know we're working with bloggers and not traditional press, we always we're very sensitive about giving bloggers time to create the content as well. Walking around the city for an hour just checking it out might be boring for some people, but you've got bloggers who are running off to cafes and creating their content because they've got some time. On the first Meet South Africa trip we did, we actually stopped in the towns and people just go and hang out in the town for an hour, and everybody just went to a cafe, logged on, and started creating their content. So we're very sensitive towards that, giving people, the bloggers, time to actually work.
There's a lot of video content in there as well. I'm steering in the direction of talking about Diego Pons, who I love the bit. He's one of the best video makers around.
Well, that's the great thing about live content. Because in South Africa we have the biggest bridge bungee jump in the world. So Diego likes all this sort of stuff, and he did this amazing video. It took him one take, one bungee jump, to do this amazing video. And all he did was, with his GoPro camera, did the bungee jump, showed his face and screamed Meet South Africa into the camera. And within 48 hours had something like 60,000 views during his trip. And that was fantastic, because when we actually showed the guys from the bungee jump, how many the videos are like, is this your first bungee jump?
It was brilliant. He has a great. Diego is Spanish. He blogs in Spanish, although in a way most of his he video blogs in Spanish. He creates videos, But he does it. He's actually a former musician,
Yeah.
and so he makes them like like a rock video. Effectively, there isn't a lot of talk in them. It's all music, and it's always supported by music, and it just cuts quickly from one thing to the other. And that's why he has such a large following. You must be delighted with the response to the whole thing this year. Are you minded? I mean, I'm guessing there's going to be another one of summer.
Yeah. There's going to be a Meet South Africa campaign. I'm not too sure the exact date, but it's always scheduled just before the Indaba, which is South Africa's biggest travel show.
Yeah.
So that means that we have the bloggers in South Africa as well to meet the industry as well. So there'll be a blogger event before Indaba, where international bloggers can meet the trade and also meet local bloggers as well. There might be a blogger camp for people to international bloggers to kind of educate our local bloggers, just sharing ideas, right?
I think one of the great strengths of blogger campaigns is bringing that expertise and creating content, not only in terms of broadcast workshops where bloggers can learn, but also for the industry, because for the local destination management organisation, the tourist office, they have stakeholders, they have hoteliers and people like that who want to understand how it works and how they can make the most of it.
Exactly.
It's really a chance to introduce serious bloggers to those people.
Yeah, well, what we did, this is all spawned into new things as well. We created the African Bloggers Network, because that's a network of professional bloggers in South Africa, because anybody can call themselves a blogger. And people were saying to us, what makes a good blogger? And we realized that, you start talking about stats and numbers and impressions, and people just glaze over. So there needed to be some sort of standard, of what is a professional blogger. So we want to educate bloggers, help them pitch to the trade, help them get paid. Because it's okay getting a free trip, but at the end of the day, we all want to get paid. And we don't want, and we want the industry to realise that these people travelling around South Africa, taking Instagram pictures, there's actually great value in that.
Yeah.
And some bloggers don't realise the value that they are creating. And brands are going, what, I'm going to pay somebody to take Instagram pictures? Really? But that is great value. I'm going to pay somebody to make a video. Like, why would I do that? They don't understand the value in it. So it's a two-way street. We want to educate bloggers on their value and the industry on why they should pay bloggers.
And the South African blogger community is actually it's quite established and it's quite sophisticated. And there is a publication, isn't there? There's been a print publication magazine that I think has been putting together blogger conferences, like I know they did one down in Cape Town a couple of years back, and basically sort of gathering the community together and getting them all to learn from each other. So it is a sophisticated blogger community.
Well, that's it. People think South Africa is at the bottom of Africa and it's not advanced, but it is actually quite advanced when it comes to social media and blogging. And we're talking to sort of there's a new organisation just formed in Africa called the African News Agency, and they're actually talking to us on how we can create content for them with African content. And we were luckily invited to the press conference of when they launched the African News Agency. And bloggers have their fingers on the pulse, so they can be there first. And talking to the African News Agency, they say to us, okay, we need to talk to your bloggers. We want an interesting way to curate our content and create content. So news agencies are looking at bloggers in that way as well.
We were talking about the visit to South Africa, and your talk yesterday about it. We were talking about you actually in part, trying to find where you were. So you've already been billed as being involved. So for you, you one of the initiators of the project. So
No,
what's your role?
my role in it was basically you have obviously Keith.
I didn't say, by the way, but this is Cash Bhattacharya, if you didn't already know. We did mention him earlier on.
So I got involved through Keith and Melvin, through iAmbassador. So iAmbassador, I've been working with Meet South Africa campaign for the last 3 years now. And as part of the campaign last year in April, they invited me and 14 other bloggers to create another campaign which Simon was involved in, and we were split up into 4 different groups. So I was in the adventure and budget travel group, which was what I focus on. Well, I didn't focus on adventure that much, but thanks to
You're
Simon.
talking about a comfort zone.
Simon took me out of my comfort zone, and we started in Joburg, went to hot air ballooning in Johannesburg, and then we went north to Northern Cape.
You were saying yesterday that because everybody else is going off on these luxury tours, we're putting in 5-star hotels and stuff like that. And Simon said to you, "I'm sorry, you are drawing the short straw." But it turned out that actually it's probably the best of all.
Yeah, no. For me, this is where South Africa is brilliant in terms of really high quality, fantastic accommodation, friendly hosts, and superb value for money. That's really what this sums up South Africa as a destination. It's really good for the country.
You know, like traveling on a budget in South Africa doesn't actually have to mean like just slumming it. You know, like going to the Northern Cape, we went to the Orange River. We used a rafting camp because it was actually a rafting trip on the Orange River. And just imagine the rafting camp is 25 k's off the main road. There's no cell phone network, nothing like that. Okay, there's a fully equipped bar, fully lovely showers, and all that sort of stuff. And we even had satellite TV.
We did.
Satellite TV in the middle of the desert with Wi-Fi. So we could tweet about the Olympics and watch them.
With the
You guys
umbrella.
were talking about it earlier but you've been here at ITB, presumably looking for other projects at the same time. So using that, I'm guessing, as a case study, I'm wondering how ITB has been for you in those terms. Because ITB has become a very strong blogger.
This is my fourth ITB, and if you see the kind of evolution where we were 4 years ago, now we have this beautiful lounge where we can meet our clients. And in terms of the quality of meetings, I was just talking and telling Sally David, saying, you know, we're not just talking about we're interested in working with bloggers and what do you want to do. We're actually talking business, and we're actually finalizing deals with DMOs. And so this ITB has always been the place where you get deals done. And now you're beginning to see bloggers actually finalizing partnerships and coming to ITB to close out deals, because obviously the new budget year is around the corner.
Yeah,
this is a very, very crucial date.
Yep.
If we want to.
It's changed in 4 years from, you know, bloggers walking around and people saying, what? To brands and organizations saying we need bloggers. That's the evolution of 4 years. Like, people now understand the value of the distribution through bloggers, and they're actually saying, okay, we need bloggers.
Yeah, I think the whole atmosphere has changed.
It's growing. It's phenomenal. The amount of interest at the moment between brands wanting to work with bloggers. It's great. We're in a really good place as well.
I should have said to those watching that I do have the Q&A app up, and as a result, you can actually write in with questions. And Ron Marder has indeed done that. At least he's written and said, "Great pop-up video." Thank you, Ron. Why are we doing this? I'm not quite sure what he means by that. But Ron, if you want to come back and explain that, and Michael Dunbar hasn't said anything, so there you go. We're sure it's pretty brilliant exercise here. I think we're probably going to have to wrap it up now, and we'll maybe do another pop-up video in a
Thanks,
while.
guys.
So, thank you, everybody. Cheers. Bye.